Welcome back to my channel, students. Hello everyone. I hope all of you are keeping good health and you are preparing for NEET exam. In my today's video, I'll be discussing about the enzymes and cofactors which are present along with the enzymes. So let us discuss what are these. So first, the enzymes, if we take the category, if we categorize the enzymes we can categorize as simple enzymes, and conjugated enzymes. Simple enzymes and conjugated, or these are also called as complex enzymes. Conjugated, or they are also called as complex enzymes. Simple enzymes are those which have only protein part. They have only protein part. Those are called as simple enzymes. Like, for example, of simple enzymes are amylase, pepsin, trypsin, and papain. Amylase, it acts on starch. Pepsin and trypsin, these are proteolytic enzymes. Papain is an enzyme obtained from the latex of papaya plant. So these are called simple enzymes because they have only the protein part. They have only one part, that is protein. Now, conjugated or complex enzymes, we can categorize them as, suppose these are complex enzymes, we can categorize as the enzyme will have two parts. The protein part of the enzyme is called as apoenzyme, and non-protein part is called as cofactor. Non-protein part is called as a cofactor. Protein part is called apoenzyme, and both together is called as holoenzyme. Both together, that is both apoenzyme as well as cofactor. And this protein part, that is apoenzyme, cannot function in the absence of cofactor. If the cofactor is absent, the apoenzyme cannot function. And this cofactor can be further divided into as two types: a metal ion cofactor and organic cofactor. Metal ion and organic cofactor. And organic cofactor is further divided into two types: coenzyme and prosthetic group. So let us discuss these in detail. So cofactor is one which is always associated with protein part, that is apoenzyme. And without cofactor, the apoenzyme or the protein part, it cannot function. So now we will see what is first metal ion cofactor. So here different metal ions, they are tightly bound to the apoenzyme. Metal ions are tightly bound to apoenzyme. Apoenzyme is a protein part. Protein consists of different amino acids. So this apoenzyme will form an active site. The enzymes will have active site. So a part of active site is occupied by these metal ions, because the other part of the active site should be available for the substrate to bind. So a small part of the active site of apoenzyme is bounded by the metal ion, and it is tightly bound structure. So here I'll give you some of the examples of metal ions with the respective enzymes. So first, copper. Copper, the enzyme is cytochrome oxidase. Here children, you have to note it down properly and learn these. These are very important for the examination point of view, objective point of view. So copper is a cofactor, a metal ion cofactor for cytochrome oxidase. Next is Fe2 plus or Fe3 plus. So this ion is the cofactor for the enzyme catalase or peroxidase. These two enzymes, catalase and peroxidase, they are present in peroxisomes. These are involved in oxidation process. Peroxidase involved in oxidation. Catalase is involved in breaking down of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide is very toxic to the cell, and this is broken down to harmful compounds like water and oxygen. Peroxidase bring about oxidation. Both these are involved in, they are present in peroxisomes, and this is peroxisomes, they bring about a very important process called as photorespiration in case of C3 plants, that we will discuss in another session. So next is potassium ions. Potassium ion is a cofactor for the enzyme pyruvate kinase. Pyruvate kinase. Next is magnesium ion. Magnesium ion is cofactor for the enzyme hexokinase. Then manganese ion, another example, manganese ion. This is a cofactor for the enzyme IAA oxidase. IAA stands for indolestic acid, which is a scientific name for, chemical name for oxen. Oxidase, it brings about breaking down of oxen. So it is called as IAA oxidase, that is manganese. Another one, molybdenum ion. Molybdenum is a cofactor for the enzyme nitrate reductase. So this enzyme is very important enzyme for nitrate assimilation process. So reduction of nitrate and nitrite. So this also we'll be doing in the other session. Then next, the example, zinc ion. Zinc ion is a cofactor for the enzyme carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase, this enzyme helps in synthesis of carbonic acid from water and carbon dioxide, and also the reversible reaction from breaking down of carbonic acid, also both synthesis and breaking down. Zinc is also a cofactor for another enzyme called carboxypeptidase. So these are the different examples where metal ions can function as a cofactor. Now next we have is what are called as a organic cofactor. Organic cofactor are of two types, coenzyme and prosthetic group. So let us see what are the differences between these two, coenzymes and prosthetic group. So first let us see, take what are coenzymes. Coenzymes are small organic molecules. Coenzymes are small organic molecules which are loosely bound to apoenzyme. They are not tightly bound. They are loosely bound to apoenzyme. Here also the binding is very loose. That means it can be easily separated, and it occupies a small part of the active site. This loose binding is also named as transiently. The word transiently also is used for loose binding. loosely bound. They are called as the coenzymes. So these get easily separated during the reaction. When reaction is taking place, they get easily separated. And coenzymes are normally derived from, water soluble, vitamins. They are derived from water soluble vitamins. So here I'll give you few examples. So first example, coenzyme A. Coenzyme A. Coenzyme A is derived from the vitamin pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid. Pantothenic acid is one of the vitamin B complex, vitamin B3. The next one is FAD. FAD stands for flavin adenine dinucleotide. FAD. This is derived from the vitamin riboflavin. It is derived from the vitamin riboflavin, which is vitamin B2. The next is NAD. Nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide. NAD. This is derived from nicotinic acid. Nicotinic acid, or this is also called as niacin. Nicotinic acid or niacin or vitamin B5. So these are some of the examples of coenzymes. So coenzymes, what are they? They are organic cofactors which are loosely bound to apoenzyme, and they can be separated. Now, next is what are prosthetic groups. Prosthetic group is an organic cofactor which is tightly bound to apoenzyme. Tightly bound. That means it cannot be separated. It will not get separated while performing its activity. It remains tightly bound to a small part of the active site. That is called as a prosthetic group. Like some of the, and I'll give you a word like I gave you here, transiently. Tightly, we can use another word. It is also called as tenaciously bound. Tightly bound, or it is also called tenaciously bound. Now some of the examples I can give here, like first example, heme moiety. Moiety means a unit, a small structure, a small unit present in the enzyme peroxidase and oxidases. Oxidases and catalase enzymes. This heme moiety contains iron and it gets tightly bound to these enzymes. So peroxidases, oxidases and catalases. Heme moiety present in this. That is one example. And another example is ubiquinone. This is also a prosthetic group. Ubiquinone. This is very well involved in ubiquinone, is involved in electron transport in case of mitochondria. So mitochondrial electron transport, this ubiquinone is involved, which is acts as a prosthetic group. Then the other examples, FAD and FMN. FAD we have done here, flavin adenine dinucleotide. Same, this is FMN is flavin mononucleotide. This acts as both coenzyme as well as prosthetic group. It functions as both coenzyme as well as prosthetic group. So this is with this we conclude this small topic about the cofactors. In my next video, we will be discussing about enzyme inhibition. Thank you very much, children. Keep following. If you watch any videos, you have to see right from the beginning to the end, and don't keep forwarding it. You will miss so many points. And those who have joined newly to this session, please subscribe my channel so that you will get notification for all my subsequent videos, successive videos. Thank you very much, children. Have a good day.